All right, guys, what's going on? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And obviously, as XDefiant goes, there's not really that much going on right now, so there's not really that many videos or anything to make, at least not that I can come up with off the top of my head. But with Black Ops 6 right around the corner, I wanted to actually say something good about Call of Duty once, and I think every single person, whether you're a Call of Duty shill or whether you're an XDefiant shill or whether you're in between or whatever the deal is, I think every single person under God's green earth can agree with what I'm about to say. And that is that one of the best things about the Black Ops franchise, and obviously Black Ops 6 being no exception, is the marketing with the Replacer, man. I swear, the Replacer is one of the most genius ideas that Activision or whoever came up with it, like, had in their minds and actually put it to fruition. It's absolutely genius because it is absolutely hilarious. Every single time you have, you know, like a DLC coming out or a new Black Ops coming out ever since the days of Black Ops 2, it is absolutely amazing because you get these little, you know, commercials or whatnot, or, you know, ads or whatever the hell you want to call them. And they're all over social media now, especially with Black Ops 6 coming out. And I just saw one which kind of inspired this video. They are just absolutely hilarious. I mean, basically there's this guy, well, there was more than one, but basically there's just one right now, and that's like the main guy, right, who's obviously an actor, and a good one at that. You know, his job is, like, you're playing so much Call of Duty that his job, you know, is to get hired and to replace you and your responsibilities. And these absolute, like, these some of these scenarios that they have in these commercials is absolutely hilarious. Like, for instance, one of my favorite ones, as simple as it is, it's hilarious, right? So he's walking like 5 dogs at once, right? And yet he's the one that's taking a piss on a tree, and a neighbor that's just watering his lawn is just like, or watering his flowers or his garden, whatever, just looking at him, like, just staring at him. And he looks over and he's like, "Hey, you want to buy a dog?" You know, it's you know, everything from, you know, being a lawyer in the jury or whatnot, being a professional athlete, and how they would respond to the media. It's absolutely hilarious. I mean, even when it comes to things to like politics and stuff like that, and obviously this year is absolutely no exception. So yeah, I just had to give some props to the Replacer marketing, man. It is absolutely genius. I mean, if XDefiant were to do something like that, and I don't necessarily mean like copy and paste the Replacer. I'm not suggesting that at all, and I don't think XDefiant would do that, and quite frankly, I think it would be stupid for them to do that. However, if they had their own comedic way of, you know, marketing the game, I think that would be freaking awesome. But however, I'm sure XDefiant could come up with something. I remember Mark Rubin basically was talking about how they're going to beef up the marketing and really get the real marketing going once they get to a certain spot where they have more content and the netcode and stuff like that is fixed. But and hopefully that will happen. And basically it's all we can do is hope as far as that aspect is concerned. But yeah, you got to give props where it's due, man. The Replacer is absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely genius, and it's awesome. Now, with that being said, before I continue with this topic for a few more minutes, I want to know what your specific Replacer commercial or ad is, because it's really hard for me personally to pick a favorite. Like, anything involving an animal is hilarious, but there's just so many different scenarios, like when it comes to dating, boyfriend duty, you know, your wife giving birth and stuff like that. It's it's hilarious. Like, it's absolutely hilarious, you know. So one thing I wanted to mention, like, obviously Black Ops 6 is right around the corner. One of the things that I do like to mention is that even though I am not going to be covering the game and I'm not going to be playing the game, one thing I still do kind of enjoy to a certain extent, not as much of a biggest extent anymore since I don't play COD anymore, but I do enjoy watching a handful of people that I know for a fact that do not cheat and that are just really good at the game. I really enjoy watching them play, and apparently the race to Master Prestige is going to be a thing again this year. I don't know if Optic are the only ones that are doing it, but I think there's going to be a few more people that are, you know, names in the community that kind of come back for this sort of thing. I think Doom Clan is still going to do it because they do it all the time or whatnot. But I think there's also going to be some other people that are known names throughout time that might have a little team together and get it going. But man, I really miss the old days of COD, and the Replacer kind of reminds me of that, because it wasn't until Black Ops 2 when the Replacer first started to basically show up, and ever since then, how can you just not love it, right? So anyway, I just kind of wanted to give some credit where credit is due, and every single time I see one of these ads or commercials on my social media, whether it's on Twitter or whatever, or when it pops up whenever I watch a YouTube video or something like that, it's absolutely hilarious, and I absolutely love it. So but yeah, let me know down in the comment section what your particular Replacer moment scenario is, and if you were to hire the Replacer, what would you have him do? Like, would you have him replace your job? Would you have him replace your away from work duties, in terms of personal duties at home and stuff like that? Would you have him, if you're an athlete or something like that, would you have him play a game for you and you just stay home and play Call of Duty? Like, tell me, if you could hire the Replacer, like whether it's a legit scenario or whether it's just something funny you want to say in the comment section, by all means, let it be known down below. And with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to watch and or listen. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.